Me too real, dude. All right, where are we going next? Meet Brabant. Make sure we talk to everyone else in this other room, too.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation. I almost lost all hope.
It's not that I didn't want to, but understand that my absence from the city council would have serious consequences.
I understand. I appreciate your coming here all the more.
I'll have to justify myself before the council and come up with some reasonable explanation.
To your health, my friends!
Maybe you can say you were investigating a conspiracy against the crown.
I was thinking something like that as well. And in truth,
Oh, there's Yops.
discuss this
Look at him just chilling, being a wallflower with his little hat. You're dirty. Dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty man. Okay,
The
let's go.
city can't stand the sight of martyrs.
Hi, alehouse mate. Okay.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin-Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, hein, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It
Come on your feet.
was after I heroically led the defense of Gothenburg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Here's the thing. I have.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men fell there.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in the presbytery in Ujits.
Then, what are you doing here at a meeting of opponents of the crown?
The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
How good is KCD2 as a standalone game? Amazing. It works even better as a companion to KCD1. KCD1 plays like chapter 1 of a 2-chapter book. So, like, is KCD2 on its own amazing? Yes. Is it better if you play KCD1 first? Yes. But it's amazing on its own too. But it is better if you play the first one first. Yep. You said you were a poet?
You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement?
Yes. And if I'm not amused by a poet, then honestly, I don't want that poetry in my life.
I think not.
Oh,
To recite, I require the proper mood.
whoops.
And besides, few here would understand me.
Okay, where have you been?
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
Wow. Real quick, I have to see something. You guys see anything above that? Right there. You see anything above that? I don't think so. Okay, cool. No. Thank you, chat. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I've got this, like, I just looked back and realized, like, I use a green wall. You know what? I'll just show you. Why not? I use a green wall. Boop. There it is, look. But if you look right there, there's a little black mark. You see that? That little black mark? Little teeny tiny black mark. But apparently, if I put it on, it's gone. Do you see it now? Is it there? I can't see it on my side. See nothing. It's just gone. I guess maybe the green drowns it out or something. I don't know. Whoop. There we go. Okay. That's plenty of Cohh. You don't need me any bigger. All right. Anyway, how come we haven't heard of you?
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Okay, I can't get over this. Jobst is wearing a crown, right? That is a freaking crown. How does he get away with that? Like, I heard way back in the day, it was like, you did not do that when there were kings where you lived. Oh, he's a royal prince. He's the actual prince, and he rules Moravia. Oh, so he's way above, he's bigger, he's like a super noble. Okay. Okay, so he is actually royalty, not just like, okay, great. Just making sure.
Dear friends and allies.
It's like a mini crown. Yeah.
In these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary.
Last thing I'm going to say, keep in mind, this guy is wily, and he switched sides like twice already. He's not good. And his voice acting is amazing. Let's go.
And here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess. Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
Damn, get him, Jan.
A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
Maybe when we're talking about open, like, rebellion against the king, maybe we shouldn't shout it at the top of our lungs. But maybe that's just me.
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That horse son won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing.
Hey, this is not good. This is bad.
Do you have news? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Meanwhile, we are getting more wine. That was terrible.
That went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask
Wow.
something of you.
Straight to the point. Okay. What's this about?
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
So, interesting enough, everything we heard about the mustering looks like it may be accurate.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Am I standing? Yes, yes. I have a standing desk that I use every so often. Get the blood pumping. Why are you doing all this? You have an interesting way of thinking.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
What if it doesn't work?
Okay.
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
Thank you, Fenho.
Because it would mean slow but certain defeat for all of us.
Why me?
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Tell me more about these lords.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Let's go right down the list.
Botchek of Kunstadt.
Hey, Jortachi.
I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Hamann Alder.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
He has huge tracts of land. That's right, Grevin. What do you recommend, Monster Hunter Wilds or KCD2? Very different games. And they're going to give you very different experiences. I'm loving my time in Monster Hunter Wilds from an action farming perspective. But this game is one of the best immersive sandbox games I've ever played. So it's like, to answer your question, Monster Hunter Wilds or KCD2, I would need to know a lot more about what you prefer and what kind of time you have available. And that's a question a lot more of just which one is better. The real thing I think you're asking is, which one is better for you, and I don't have the information to answer that for you. Only you do. But I will say this. Both games are awesome. I'm having a great time with both of them. So, particularly the gameplay of Monster Hunter Wild. Go watch my recent video on Cohh. But no, both games are great. This, I will say that, like, it's kind of interesting. I was about to say, this is probably one of the best immersive sandboxes I've ever played. But at the same time, there's not really a game that does what Monster Hunter does better. So it's like, Monster Hunter is kind of the... Monster Hunter Wilds is kind of the best version of it, too. I don't know. One thing I will say this, though. Monster Hunter Wilds currently has a whole bunch of issues with performance. So if you are on a mid-range machine, you might want to look at KCD2 for now. Yep. Okay. Oh, we already did this guy, but...
That's just the thing. He doesn't play the big game. He always goes for the sure thing.
Okay. Always for the sure thing.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a...
A male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow.
Yeah, KCD
But
gets a big
don't trust
patch
appearances.
this week, we think.
She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
Dang.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade, and she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her, and that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Wow.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Success to our plans.
I love how he just pulled out a full cup from behind his back. Oh, we're drinking? Okay. Oh, I got a cup right here anyway. Cheers. Back there. Get support from Anna Hammond. Okay, we gotta talk before we save before we talk to these people. Oh God, you spilled it. Was it you? Noble? Was it you? Oh God, he's a ghost. All right, let's go. Can we talk to Hans? No. Can't talk to you guys anymore. Oh, we can talk to Samuel again.
Everything all right? You look a bit out of sorts.
I can't wait for it to end so we can get out of here.
I reckon you'd have to be pretty brave to come and mingle with the Kuttenberg lords.
Or pretty pissed off.
Or that.
We will leave as soon as we can. Anyway, all of these worthy gentlemen will be relieved when we are out of sight.
Would you tell me something about your community? I haven't found out much so far.
What can I tell you? It was never exactly glorious. And now especially, everyone is quaking that what is still left to us will be taken away.
Surely it won't be that bad.
There are many fools who would rather take out their gall on us and start to fight among themselves. In times of uncertainty, it is always the sons of Israel who are the first to be stricken.
Oh. Is that Jurassic Park? All right, let's see.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Why did you murder your husband?
Diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Nurga says, has KCD 2 have the potential to overtake Cyberpunk as your favorite game of all time? No. And the reason being is because although this game could be one of the best games I've ever played in all time, it is not my preferred IP. I am not a... If given a choice between games, historical fiction is right at the bottom. It has nothing to do with the devs or anything like that. It's just, I will always prefer fantasy or sci-fi or post-apocalyptic. That's just where I am. So, and also to be blunt, like, this game is awesome, but I mean, Cyberpunk did some incredibly awesome things that this game isn't doing. So, you know, I mean, no. The short of it is almost assuredly not. I need to finish this game first, but almost assuredly not. Yeah. How do you know about Liechtenstein?
How do you know Liechtenstein is behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans, but they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine, and beneficial deals.
Then you've come to the right place, madam.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So,
I like her.
To the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
Plot twist. The entire KCD universe is just a brain dance in CP2077.
I would pay someone a small amount of money to make a mod for KCD2 that mods in the NPC Male V from Cyberpunk and adds a little cutscene at the beginning of him being confused why he's here, and then just plays the rest of the game as normal. just the very beginning, V is like, whoa, what's going on? And why do I sound like Henry of Scotland? And then the game just like, that's it. That's the whole thing. It'd be the ultimate immersion. New lore just dropped. And then when the game ends, it just opens Cyberpunk. That's it. It just opens the Cyberpunk game. Like right after the ending cutscene, it just opens Cyberpunk. And that'd be it. That'd be the whole mod. That's it. Wake up, peasant. That's right. We have a city to rob and murder and pile. You've got money, but you're wise as well. There we go.
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear, but I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
I'm supposed to rob an ally.
Harmon Alder was given the documents to deliver to the council. He hasn't yet had a chance to look at them, so he won't even notice the difference.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
Have you fallen out with the Time Chancellor?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bartosz are behind it all. They're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband, and the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Aldo will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead.
All right, nice lady.
But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
And beer bitte. Nobody has the likes of these.
Hey, I'm just gonna step outside for a minute, guys. I'm just gonna. Is this the way? Is this the right way? Going for a little walk. Just a little tiny walk. More wine is required for this mission. More wine is required for everything. Not just this mission. Forged documents covering up the questionable dealings of Lady Anna of Waldstein.
God bless.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horses are fed and watered. I'm not idle.
God forbid. But standing around here must be a pain in the arse, no? You might get thirsty.
Not really. What of it?
Shall we roll some dice? I'm sure you can take a little breather, eh?
Well, all right. But just for a little while. I'll wait at the table over there.
Go. Where'd he go? We gotta play dice with him.
Seriously curious about you, lad.
Lad? Bro? Oh my god, we have to play legit, actual dice? I don't know about this.
Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Okay. Oh my god. Bro.
Here.
What are you doing? Bust. Bust. No! You
It's
bastard!
yours.
How much are we playing for? Oh god. Twos are bait. Never take twos. One, two, three, five, six. You son of a mother.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know.
Man, I mean, we could do this, but we're not really. Yeah. Fine.
Like this. Damn, what's this?
It's our chance. Oh, we got him, chat. We got him. We got him. GG.
My god, why? Why do I even play?
I agree. Why do you? Anyway, I'm out of here. Wait, can we just go up this way? Hi.
I've got those papers from Aldo for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Right.
My lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Okay.
Thank you, noble lady. God
Why is
will-
Henry so
Yes,
old now?
quite.
Time skip.
But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
I mean, his name is Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady? To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
More drinking. I'm gonna get so drunk, chat. What if I have a hair in the dog on me? I hope so. Okay, next up is Adler. There's John.